How much will Google Maps cost you? Well, that's exactly why we're here today, to find out. I'm sure you've heard everyone talking about it and a lot of fear being spread around. So let's jump into this with a little bit more detail and not just reading some headlines. So if you looked at it or have heard about it, you've probably been told that Google is actually updating their maps so that they are to use the most fuel efficient routes. Now, yes, this is definitely true, but what people are failing to mention, and yes, it's for the defaults as well, so it will default to the most fuel efficient route. If you don't know already, you might be saying, well, why is that a problem? Well, because it won't choose the fastest route. Now, technically, that's true, but don't get too worried about it. For one, you can change this in your settings if you choose to do so. And not only that, but Google states themselves that it will only choose this option if it's actually very close to the other route in the amount of time it takes for ETA, estimated time of arrival. So what do you guys think? Is that actually a problem? There's a couple more, but that's one of the main ones. Now, for some drivers out there, Uber, Lyft, and so forth, this could really be a big benefit for you guys. So you'll just have to drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. They plan on rolling this feature out later on. Some of these features are yet to be released at different times. So we'll just have to see on this one. But it is supposed to be this year. Now, on to the next one. Guys, the emission zones will be giving an alert. That's right. When you drive through an area with low emission zones, you will be given an alert because some vehicles aren't allowed to enter depending on the levels of emissions that vehicle is letting out. So they've named Germany and some other places that they're already getting started with this on, and I definitely don't want to see this in the US. It's really one of the benefits about the area in which I live. When I drive somewhere else, hey, I never have to worry about that. And I do care about the environment, but guys, to be honest with you, I'm not going to hold on to a tree while somebody's trying to cut it down, you know? I mean, let's be reasonable here. Let's help the environment, but at the same time, you know, a lot of people have these vehicles and, hey, they can't just go out and get a new vehicle and say, oh, well, this doesn't fit the emission standards. I mean, come on now. You could make a law for new purchases of vehicles, newer vehicles. You can't purchase a vehicle and then do this, but not purchasing a used vehicle or a vehicle that you already own. But there are some cool things coming out of this. So for the live view augmented reality, they've actually included this indoors now. Used to be you could only do this outdoors, and if you've not used it yet, basically you're able to use your camera, go indoors, airport, mall, etc., in a place maybe you're not familiar with, and you'll be able to point this around your camera, aim it wherever you need to go, and it'll give you directions step by step. It'll show you arrows on the screen live. It's pretty cool, right? Or at least I thought so. Please don't listen to all these scare tactics people try to use. And like I said, there's some benefits, and I definitely want to help the environment. And I don't appreciate that little fly buzzing around. They seem to always pick the worst time, especially when you have a lot of lights running. So guys, as always, I want to thank you for watching Nate's Interactive Auto.